Tough, but not invincible. Hello, and welcome to the first episode in my new Payday 2 unit guide. In this video, we take a look at the Bulldozer. When there's a threat even SWAT can't take care of, the police call in this unit. Equipped with punishing firepower and protected by an upgraded EOD-9 bomb disposal suit, Bulldozers spearhead the assault against the most dangerous criminals. They're able to absorb incredible amounts of punishment, and they can dish it right back out. Bulldozers will normally spawn in 3 different varieties: the green Bulldozer, the black or Killdozer, and finally the Gensec Elite Skulldozer. While they will all behave in a relatively similar fashion, they each pack different weapons and will have different stats based on difficulty. On any difficulty, excluding Death Wish, Bulldozers, regardless of their variant, will have 5,500 health total, as well as having a headshot multiplier of 22.917x. Any Bulldozer that spawns in Death Wish will receive a substantial boost in durability, increasing health to 9,350 and reducing the headshot multiplier to 17.188x. Unlike other police units, you can only strike the Bulldozer's head once its metal face shield and glass faceplate have been destroyed. Otherwise, all shots that strike the head area will deal only normal damage. The first metal plate on the Bulldozer has 150 health, and the glass plate beneath it will have 160. This means they can usually be destroyed in just a handful of shots. Since each variant has a different primary weapon, the amount of damage they can deal as well as their reaction time and range will differ. In addition to this, what difficulty you're playing on will also affect the damage capabilities of each dozer. Green Bulldozers are by far the easiest to deal with and can still be rather mild by themselves on Death Wish. They normally will deal 325 damage at close range, but this gets increased to 450 damage on Death Wish. Range will dramatically reduce the stopping power of this variant and will, at 30 meters, only deal 20 damage per blast regardless of difficulty. The Killdozer will not only have an increased fire rate, but their Sega 12 shotgun will lose less damage over range. This makes them a much more challenging threat out in the open. On overkill, they will deal 150 damage per shot at close range, but drop down to 50 at 30 meters. Death Wish Killdozers, on the other hand, will deal nearly 3 times the amount of damage, and will only drop down to 175 damage at long range. Skulldozers deliver the most consistent damage across range using their M249, able to deal 100 damage per shot with a minimum accuracy of 50% even at long range. This makes them an extreme threat at a distance, and they should be considered a hazard whenever crossing open areas on Death Wish. While Gensec Dozers will have extremely large magazines, consisting of well over 200 rounds, their reload is quite lengthy, and can give you ample time to go in for the kill. In short, dozers on overkill and below are not a huge threat by themselves, and will only become an issue if not dealt with, or if they team up with another special unit, including shields, tasers, and snipers. Death Wish, however, makes dozers extremely lethal, even at range, unless you possess a weapon to stun or one-shot kill them, like the RPG. Since the addition of Captain Winners, Bulldozers can be much more difficult to fight, as Winners, if left to his own, will provide enemy units with up to a 50% damage reduction. As I said earlier, Bulldozers are tough, and they can bring a swift end to your heist if not dealt with. However, they are again not invincible. Coordinating with your team, as well as exploiting the Bulldozer's pathetic mobility, will allow you to quickly put them down and allow you to continue on with your business. There do exist a few hard counters for Bulldozers. These include weapons or machines in some cases that can easily kill or render the Bulldozer helpless for a fair amount of time. This includes the HRL-7 rocket launcher, the Longfellow, forklifts, moving truck, lighter explosives like HE shells and grenades, and incendiary weapons. Assuming Winters is not on the field, the HRL-7 can kill any bulldozer on any difficulty with a single rocket as long as it hits directly. The same applies if you run them over with a vehicle, although even Captain Winters can't save them from a 1969 Dodge Charger. Explosives that do not outright kill bulldozers will momentarily stun them, long enough even for you to change weapons and begin firing. Prior to the introduction of snipers and the RPG, a common tactic was to fling a frag grenade at their feet, stun them, and then point blank unload into their face, which would kill them in seconds. With the release of the shotgun DLC, players are able to load their shotguns with high explosive rounds, which worked well at both crowd control and as a counter dozer tool. Fire a handful of these shells at their head, and his armor will be completely stripped from his face, leaving him an easy target. While the HE rounds were bad at killing the dozers outright, using them with a reliable backup weapon allowed you to easily dispatch bulldozers without breaking a sweat. This tactic worked best with shotguns that were semi-automatic and not break action, so the Jocelyn and Mascani are both bad candidates. Flame from a Molotov cocktail or a flamethrower can slow his advance, as well as chip away at his armor. Using the flamethrower directly at the face can actually stun him and destroy both layers of protection, an alternative to using the high explosive shotgun ammo. On overkill and below, using sniper rifles will usually bring down a dozer in 3 or 4 shots depending on model, with the exception being the Thanatos, which can bring them down even quicker. Those venturing into Deathwish wouldn't be wrong to bring the 50 cal sniper into battle, as it can quickly bring down dozers in just a handful of rounds. At close range, SMGs are excellent options if you can hit the faceplate, and usually are able to bring them down before they can cause too much damage. Just be careful to stay out of the dozer's punching distance, as they will not only knock you back, but also deal significant damage. Assault and battle rifles, as well as pistols, are good at middle ranges, but will generally require a bit more time to get a kill, although this will depend on your level of accuracy. Shotguns, however, besides using high explosive ammo, are generally bad options as they are not accurate enough to score hits inside of the face zone outside of point blank range. When fighting a dozer, try to isolate him from other police units, as they will only complicate your engagement. Try to especially eliminate any special units like tasers or snipers, as they can quickly put you into bleed out. Make sure you have an escape route in case you miss, take more damage than expected, or another unforeseen event transpires. Don't be greedy and try to one-man army a dozer, as they can quickly turn the tide in the police's favor if you are overconfident. While they are definitely manageable enemies, they should not be underestimated. Be smart and be mobile, or else you and your crew might be plowed into submission. Thank you very much for watching. Join us next time as we take another look at the SWAT van turret. And until then, farewell.